Linda is not here right now, but she was asking about quilting, specifically the butterfly, which is why I've got the butterfly quilt hanging up back here. So for quilting, Aurifil 50 weight thread on the top. Actually, any embroidery we use, we're typically using Aurifil 50 weight cotton mako on the top and superior bottom line in the bobbin. The bottom line is if you are doing embroidery, so applique, machine embroidery or machine applique, not for the quilting. And I specifically love this one color. It's called 619. It's number 619. The color name is tan. I buy that and I use that for pretty much everything in the bobbin when I'm doing machine embroidery applique. There's no need to change. It goes with just about everything. There are two situations where I might consider using something else. That is if I'm stitching with white thread on a white background, in which case I would actually put bottom line white in the bobbin so that everything is white, just in case you get that little tiny glitch and there's a little bit of bobbin thread comes up to the top. The other situation is if I'm stitching in black thread on black fabric, in which I'd put black bottom line in the bobbin. And again, that's if you just get that odd little glitch of tension and you get a little bit of bobbin thread up to the top, you don't want it to be visible. So bottom line is actually a 60 weight polyester thread. It's my absolute favorite for bobbin thread when you're doing machine embroidery applique. And this one color tan works fabulously for everything except for those two very specific situations. So I buy it on the cone. It lasts, depending on how much stitching you're doing, it will last you for a little while. But that is the bottom line tan in the bobbin if you are doing applique. Now, if you're doing quilting, then I would put the same color Aurifil on the top and in the bobbin. Even if you are using a polyester thread on the top to do your quilting, if you're using Isacord or the Floriani polyester on the top to do the quilting, I would more than likely put a matching color of Aurifil 50 weight in the bobbin for the quilting. Now, why have the same color or a matching color? Again, if it's so much easier to deal with your tension if you have the same thread in the top and the bottom. Now, it is possible to get your tension so that it's the way the threads connect, they kind of do that, and you want that looping part to be in the middle of the batting. It is possible to achieve that with your embroidery machine, and we have a tension sampler design which is included in at least our block of the month projects, so that you can determine what is the correct tension when you're doing quilting in the hoop. It's not necessarily going to be the exact same tension that you have for doing your applique. Now, Linda had asked, what color thread did I use to quilt this particular quilt? And it's this one here. It is Aurifil 3320. It's one of my favorites. It's I don't know if we can get the camera to focus specifically on this. Maybe. It's a very subtly variegated green. It's kind of hard to tell unless you're actually close up to it, but it's kind of like a pale green through cream. And you can see on here, you can just about see the quilting. This fabric is actually Michael Miller's, no, it's not. It's grunge. Grunge, and the color is white. Interestingly enough, it actually has a very pale green kind of mottled effect, and this color just looks beautiful on there. It kind of pulls out the green that's in the white of the fabric, and at the same time it is not glaringly obvious. So the closer you get to the quilt, the more visible the actual thread of the quilting is. So 3320, it's this beautiful variegated green, and I've actually used that on so many projects. We're always running out. So, okay,